Success begins with one powerful truth. Your future is shaped by what you consistently give your attention to. Your focus acts like a compass. It directs your energy, your actions, your habits, and ultimately your life. Whatever you repeatedly focus on grows stronger. If you focus on distractions, negativity, comparisons, and opinions, those things slowly take control of your mind. But if you focus on discipline, growth, purpose, and self-improvement, your life begins to move in a completely different direction. We live in a world where attention has become one of the most valuable resources. Every day, people, notifications, entertainment, and endless information compete for space inside your mind. Most people wake up and immediately react. They check messages, scroll through social media, absorb opinions, and allow external noise to shape their emotions before they even begin their day. Over time, this creates a dangerous pattern. Instead of leading their own lives, people become controlled by distractions. Instead of building their future, they react to everyone else's priorities. Instead of understanding themselves, they chase approval. And without realizing it, they slowly drift away from their own purpose. Real growth begins when you stop looking outward for direction and start looking inward. Spend time understanding yourself. This sounds simple, but very few people actually do it. Most people know what society expects. They know what friends expect. They know what family expects. But they rarely stop and ask themselves what they truly want. Sit quietly. Remove distractions. Ask difficult questions. Who do you want to become? What values guide your decisions? What habits are helping your future? What behaviors are slowly destroying your progress? Self-awareness changes everything. When you understand yourself, you stop being controlled by every opinion around you. You stop changing your direction every time someone disagrees with your choices. You stop needing constant approval from people who may not even understand your journey. Instead, you gain something far more valuable: clarity. And clarity creates confidence, not loud confidence, not attention-seeking confidence, real confidence. The kind that comes from knowing who you are and where you are going. Your energy is valuable. Protect it carefully. Every day you wake up with a limited amount of emotional, mental, and physical energy. The way you spend it determines the quality of your life. Many people waste enormous amounts of energy on things that produce no value. They spend hours worrying about opinions that do not matter. They compare their lives to strangers online. They participate in arguments that solve nothing. They overthink situations they cannot control. Little by little, these things drain attention. And drained attention creates a distracted life. Not every conversation deserves your energy. Not every opinion deserves your reaction. Not every problem deserves your involvement. One of the strongest skills you can develop is learning when to step away. Many people believe strength means constantly proving themselves. They think power means speaking louder or winning every disagreement. But maturity teaches a different lesson. You do not have to attend every argument you are invited to. Sometimes silence is not weakness. Silence is discipline. Silence creates space between emotion and action. Silence allows wisdom to enter before reaction takes control. Before responding, pause. Take a breath. Ask yourself, will my words create progress or create more problems? That small pause can protect years of peace, because reactions create damage. Responses create direction, and direction determines outcomes. Another powerful habit is learning to listen more than you speak. Many people listen only long enough to prepare their next response. They are waiting for their turn instead of trying to understand. But truly intelligent people understand something important. Listening creates awareness. Every person around you carries experiences you do not have. Every conversation contains lessons. Every situation offers insight. If you slow down and truly listen, you begin noticing details others miss. You understand emotions better. You recognize patterns faster. You make wiser decisions because your understanding becomes deeper. Listening develops patience. Listening develops emotional intelligence. Listening develops wisdom. And wisdom always creates advantages that noise cannot. Another obstacle standing in the way of growth is comparison. Comparison silently steals joy. It steals confidence. It steals focus. And most dangerously, it steals time. Social media has made comparison easier than ever. Every day, people see success stories, achievements, vacations, money, recognition, and highlights from other people's lives. But remember something important. You are seeing edited moments. You are seeing selected victories. You are seeing highlights. You are not seeing failures. You are not seeing loneliness. You are not seeing sacrifice. You are not seeing years of struggle. And because of that, comparison creates false pressure. Everyone moves through life differently. Some people discover their purpose early. Some find direction later. Some move quickly. Others move slowly. But speed does not define success. Consistency does. Stop measuring your life against someone else's timeline. Measure yourself against who you were yesterday. Ask, am I improving? Am I learning? Am I becoming stronger? Small progress repeated consistently creates extraordinary results. Real growth rarely happens dramatically. Most of the time, growth happens quietly. One habit, one decision, one day, repeated again and again. This is where discipline becomes powerful. Motivation feels exciting, but motivation changes. Some mornings you wake up inspired. Other mornings you feel tired. Some days you feel unstoppable. Other days you question everything. If your progress depends only on emotions, progress becomes inconsistent. Discipline works differently. Discipline acts even when feelings disappear. Discipline keeps moving when excitement fades. Discipline shows up when motivation leaves. And that is why discipline changes lives. Build routines that support your future. Protect your mornings. Create structure. Plan priorities. Reduce distractions, because your daily habits eventually become your identity. People often underestimate routines because routines seem ordinary. But extraordinary lives are usually built through ordinary actions repeated consistently. Wake up intentionally. Exercise. Read. Learn. Think. Create. Improve. Repeat. Small actions become habits. Habits become identity. Identity becomes destiny. Also remember this. Your environment matters. The people around you matter. Your surroundings influence behavior more than you realize. Some environments increase focus. Some environments destroy it. Some people strengthen discipline. Others strengthen distraction. Pay attention to what surrounds your mind daily, because what repeatedly enters your life eventually shapes your thinking, especially online. Social media can easily become one of the biggest distractions of modern life. Minutes become hours. Notifications become interruptions. Scrolling becomes habit. And attention slowly becomes weaker. Protect your focus. Limit unnecessary consumption. Use technology intentionally instead of emotionally. Replace scrolling with reading. Replace comparison with learning. Replace distraction with creation. Because every hour invested in growth compounds over time. Read books. Learn skills. Study communication. Study human behavior. Expand your thinking. Knowledge changes perspective. And perspective changes decisions. The strongest investment you can ever make is investment in yourself. Money can disappear. Circumstances can change. Opportunities can come and go. But knowledge travels with you everywhere. Continue learning. Continue growing. Continue challenging your mind. But growth also requires something many people avoid. Reflection. Slow down regularly. Look honestly at your progress. Ask difficult questions. What am I improving? What habits are hurting me? Where am I wasting energy? What distractions keep appearing? Am I becoming the person I truly want to become? Reflection creates awareness. Awareness creates correction. Correction creates progress. Without reflection, people repeat the same patterns for years. With reflection, improvement becomes intentional. Finally, understand this. You do not need to announce every goal. You do not need permission to improve. You do not need constant approval. Build quietly. Work privately. Improve consistently. Let results speak for you. Because the strongest people are rarely the loudest people. Often they are simply the people who remain focused while everyone else becomes distracted. Protect your energy. Protect your attention. Protect your mind. Protect your future. Because where your focus goes, your life eventually follows.